So, you're itching to build something in Minecraft, but you aren't sure where to begin. Well, don't worry, because I'm here to show you a few ways to find inspiration so that you can get started on building your Minecraft projects. Starting off with number 1, the internet. Specifically on Pinterest, and if you're unfamiliar with this website, don't worry, it looks a bit different because I'm Dutch, so this isn't your language, probably. Well, it could be, but probably not. But on Pinterest, it is quite easy to search for specific things and create mood boards of, for example, building styles that you want to try your hand at. For example, let's type in something like dark academia. Doing that leads to outfit styles, so specifically we have to probably search some architecture. And there we go. A lot of pictures to get inspired by. And if you want to create your mood board, you can do that easily as well. I've got my profile over here and I got some building ideas right here. And these are just some bits and bobs that I found on this website and got inspired by, and some of them I have built inside of Minecraft, or at least took some ideas of. Personally, I really like to go with some concept art for different buildings and styles, like for example this over here, sort of like a post-apocalyptic on-water style that I wanted to try my hand at sometime, so I saved this to kind of look at it and remind myself that I want to try to do this. And scrolling down, I got some AI generated stuff as well, mainly because there's just a lot of that on Pinterest if you're looking for Minecraft inspiration specifically. But some of these do inspire me quite a lot, so it's here, but I mainly use it for like colors and shapes and stuff. You can also just look for Minecraft buildings, and there's a lot of that on the internet as well. But I like to stay away from Minecraft specifically, because when I look at Minecraft creations, I want to use as inspiration. I tend to recreate nearly exactly what I'm looking at. Whereas if I look at concept art like this one over here, it isn't really possible to create it one-to-one inside of Minecraft. So that leaves me to be a bit creative with, example, this gate over here, or a nice little mill like this one over here. But personally, I like to stay away from the Minecraft buildings because honestly, I'm just a bit afraid that I plagiarize someone else's work. I can give you some examples as well of my board and what I used. This one over here gave me the whole idea of the seaside city. Let's get back into Minecraft actually. So that piece of concept art kind of turned into this city over here that I did for a video. Obviously the city doesn't really look like the concept art too much, but it is mainly the train over here with the tracks going over the water, and just the fact that the city is layered into 2 pieces is what I took away from that inspiration. And in this same world are actually a few ideas that I found on Pinterest which I incorporated inside of my Minecraft build. For example, this basketball court over here. Inside of this residential area, I found this picture on Pinterest with a basketball court on the roof. So I thought, you know what, I can get it in the upper layer of the city, kind of in this residential area over here, because I wanted to fill this spot with something else than just some houses. I also really like the style of this artwork, specifically this part over here, and that's how I made the cathedral. Especially the roof is inspired by that picture. It's kind of like a gothic neoclassical style roof. But I've never done this before, and I think it turned out really well, especially with the mud and the lightning rods. I think that matches the color with the dark prismarine really, really well, so I'm really proud of this build actually. There are more examples inside of this city, for example this market house over here, this one. Let's go a little bit further away, because otherwise you hear the from the villagers all the time. But this market house, I found this miniature picture on Pinterest, and I thought it looked really cool. So I wanted to have like a fresh produce house in the market as well, to kind of get like a backstory of the people over here come for the market every, let's say, Saturday. But this house is always here because it is just incorporated into the city. Moving on from Pinterest, method number 2 is to subscribe to my channel. I'm sorry, it had to be said. Seriously though, clicking that subscribe button does help me out, and to be fair, I have quite a bit of Minecraft content, so perhaps you'll find something that inspires you. So if you find yourself enjoying my content, why not click it? Of course, next to Pinterest, there's also a bigger fish on the internet, and that is good old Google Images. You can basically find anything that I mentioned on Pinterest over here as well, but I find Pinterest a bit nicer to use when looking for a specific style. Google Images is nice to use when you are either looking for something super specific, something that could have a name, for example the Burj Khalifa. If I want to take a look at this one to find some inspiration, I of course can do that easily from here, or I use Google Images on the other side of the spectrum when looking for a broad idea like a wooden bridge, for example. And over here I got a bunch of different wooden bridges, not really a specific style. I can search for that as well. But I like to use Pinterest a bit more for that. Method number 3 is by looking at different games. I'm currently playing Octopath Traveler 2 and that is where this house came from. But it can literally be anything you play. For example, right over here I've built Café LeBlanc, which is my latest short, and this is from Persona 5. We've even got Morgana over here in the front porch. If you take a look at my channel, I started out on YouTube by recreating Animal Crossing buildings in Minecraft. And to be fair, it doesn't even have to be a game, any sort of media works here. For example, I also made the temple from the Disney movie Turning Red, and obviously the more rectangular the building is, the easier it will be to recreate in Minecraft. One bonus method that ties into this is Lego. Sadly, I've lost the Minecraft world in where I built a Lego house, but I did make a video on it in which you can watch by clicking the little thingy in the top right corner of the screen or via the link in the description. Method number 4 is going outside, and yes, I know as a gamer that's not something you always want to hear. I live in the Netherlands, and unless you also live in the Netherlands, buildings in my area probably look a bit different than what you come across in your area. But that doesn't mean that going outside cannot be inspiring for you. This is a house I came across when visiting my city's downtown area, and I recreated this one in Minecraft during a livestream. This other house in the same style is also from my city, and I recreated this one a while back. Going outside can also be taken to the next level. By traveling. But since I don't really have a small fortune to spend on traveling, we can luckily do some sightseeing at home. Introducing Google Maps and specifically the Street View mode. I live in the Netherlands as I already said, but I would like to travel to Japan. Luckily using Google Maps I can just head into Tokyo and let's visit the anime center of Akihabara. Let's get our orange little guy and place him down right over, let's say, here. Well, that is right into the station. Let's get out of the station. Let's instead blend him down over here or something. And as you can see, we have placed ourselves inside of an alleyway in Tokyo. And just looking at these kinds of buildings, I can get really inspired and try to make something like this for myself. But let's say Japan isn't really your vibe, you want to go anywhere else in the world. Let's go over the ocean over here towards New York, I suppose. Go to the Manhattan area. Or Harlem, I think this is Upper Manhattan. Place him down over here, and that way I can get inspired into a whole different style. Coincidentally, kind of similar in terms of shapes, but the whole style and block palettes that you can use in Minecraft will be entirely different. And this way, in less than a minute I suppose, I already got inspired in 2 different styles to try out. So yeah, Google Maps and Street View I think are kind of underused in my opinion. I don't really hear anyone talking about this, but definitely try to use this one. Finally, we've come to the final boss of inspiration, and that's becoming omniscient. Inspiration is literally everywhere. Don't believe me? Well, let's try it. Chicken, please. Don't believe me? Let's try it out. Right here on my desk, I've got a little bit of rubbish, but one bit of rubbish is this here HDMI port protector that is from my new GPU. But looking at that, I thought, you know what? This could probably work as some sort of Asian temple. And bada bing bada boom, here is what came out of that one. So yeah, it is actually possible to get inspired from pretty much anything. But maybe becoming omniscient is not something you can just start doing right away. And I'd recommend just sticking to the things you can do on the internet. You and I probably have different interests and building styles, so try looking at pictures of certain genres that inspire you on Pinterest, or visit a city you like on Google Maps and take a gander at the architecture. I hope these methods help you out, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye!